Good afternoon, welcome to Al Aqah. So we're right up in the north of Fujairah, on the eastern side of the United Arab Emirates. I'll show you where I'm parked actually. If I put you over my shoulder like this, I'm parked right next to kind of a heritage village, and I'll talk about this maybe a little bit later in another film. So yeah, I'm up in Al Aqah, right next to the service station, the ADNOC station. I'll put you like this so you can see where I'm going. So there's the service station and the mosque, and if you walk right up between the two, you will see the start of the Al Aqah Ascent. Now, what is the Al Aqah Ascent? It's a hike. As I remember it, I've done it a few times. It's about an hour up and about half an hour down. I've got the GPS working, so I'll keep the data there. There are toilets in the petrol station, in the service station, and there is plenty of free car parking in the front there, in front of the automobile museum, where they've got plenty of old cars. Now, I remember doing this before, and what I remember about this hike is there is absolutely no warm-up whatsoever. You are straight into it. So I'll put you over my shoulder. I'll make this a little bit longer. Yeah, you're absolutely straight into the walk. Little sign there saying be safe, and the bin is full, so I presume they're going to come and empty that soon. But at least there's a bin. You are straight into what is now a very steep hike. So what do I expect from this? Well, having done it, I know exactly what to expect. Quite a tough start. It levels out in a minute, and you actually get quite a nice walk along a long straight ridge, which is a little bit scary either side, but once again, don't fall off and you won't be scared. Then there's another steep bit to get up into the top ridge, and there is one place there which I'll turn the camera on for you again, that's a little bit steep on one side, or it's very steep on one side, but once again, if you walk to the left, you should be fine. Now, since I've done this walk, these steps have been built, so clearly they are developing the trail. Okay, whilst we can still see them here, I'll show you what I'm looking at now. So up in the north of Fujairah, we have a whole line of really luxurious hotels, and they carry on further around. We have the Radisson Blu and other major international brands of hotel chains. So we got the Fujairah Rotana, the beach resort. We got La Meredien, the Intercontinental, the new Royal M Hotel. They've all got their own private beachfront access. These are 5-star luxurious resorts. And part of the rationale behind this trail that I'm on now is to provide a facility for the thousands of tourists that come and stay in these luxurious kind of all-inclusive hotels. So that's part of it. But you'll also see, come on, let's keep walking. But you'll also see locals up here. You'll see people like me up here at certain times of the week, at the busier times. I would suggest on probably the Saturday morning, the Saturday evening, Sunday morning, you may well see another 10, 20 hikers up here on your exploration. There is a telephone signal all the way up. As I said before, it is straight into the hard climb. I mean, I've been plodding straight up, not more or less stopped. So straight into it. It's not particularly dangerous. I'd be confident of getting any fit and able person all the way to the top and down. There's nowhere, apart from the one little place I mentioned at the top. I'll show you on the camera. It's a very safe walk. I really like it. The Al Aqah Ascent. Also, you can probably hear now the noise from the cars and the lorries and the motorbikes and the boats and the hotels and there's a lot of noise here. And me, shut up there. A lot of noise here. As we plod up, what you'll find is that noise will become a white noise. And then at the summit, really, the noise has gone down to nothing. It's very peaceful. So it's quite a tough climb. Here's the ridge I was on about. First sort of rest here. So have a look at this. This is why I like this climb so much. Look at this. And I should have told you about the hotels now, where it's nice and safe and easy to walk. Well, I've been walking about 15 minutes. I've stopped a couple of times for filming. Can you get lost on this route? Very difficult to get lost. Although there are no signs, I have been told that they will be signposting this. But to be honest, It's one route up, one route down. I think you'd struggle to get lost. So just follow what is the obvious route up. If you, after about half a kilometre or 15 minutes of walking, in my case, if you don't come to these, and I counted well over 100 of these steps last time I was coming up here, but these have now been dug in with stones, so they're a bit more permanent. If you don't find these 100 odd steps, then you've got lost. If you found the 100 odd steps, oh well, I feel sorry for you, unless you're at the top of them, because they're pretty tough. Dearie me. You'd think this would get easier, wouldn't you? You would think all this hiking would get easier, or is it just my age? Is it a constant battle? This trail has been really nicely designed. It goes right along the ridge that you can see now over my shoulder, right along the ridge, and we carry right on up the ridge for a long way. It's a really nicely designed trail. I was just remembering about the electric pylon, in that when this trail was first being designed, it was designed to give access to the tourists. So it's a tourist. It's been heavily influenced. I was just thinking about when they designed this trail, there was an old rusted pylon on its side that hadn't been used for a long time, been replaced. And as this is so heavily used by tourists, they realised the importance. This is Fujairah municipality. They realised the importance of making the place appear as beautiful as it really is, because it's spectacular up here, absolutely spectacular. What they did was they sent a whole team up here, and I know a lot of people probably would have said don't bother, but they sent a whole team of people to chop the electric pylon into bits, bring it down and recycle it. So well done Fujairah municipality, well done there. You can get a really clear view of Snoopy Island. That hotel there, La Meredien, is 22 floors as I remember, so we're above that now. Big private beach over there, a private beach by the hotel, big public beach there with people set up long term in the motorhomes. Another public beach there. I love it. You can, by Snoopy Island, the sandy beach, and on sandy beach, I don't know if you're allowed to, but it may well be tolerated, but you can camp out on the beach, and at the weekends you do see a lot of adventurers, explorers, campers, people just having a bit of fun, and it's quite a nice place to do it, to be honest. Wow, tough hike this though, don't forget, it's not all play, there's a bit of work involved. I mentioned earlier that there's an area up here that's a little bit steep on one side and there's not an awful lot of space on it, and this is more or less it. So I'll put you there and you'll see what I mean. But to be honest, it's 1.5 meters wide. I don't know why you'd want to fall off. I'll do this. I don't know why you'd want to fall off there, and if you did fall off there you would hurt yourself, but let's be honest, just take care. It's a nice big trail, no worries at all. Keep plodding up, giant steps. Sound of the road now has faded to the only vehicles that I can hear are the big diesel vehicles. So sound of the road's down to about a 4 now. Let's turn the volume down some more. Right, I've been walking for 1 kilometre now, so about just under 40 minutes. It's been uphill more or less all the way. Now here's another one of these ledges, and that's quite steep down there, definitely. And if you or any of your party felt a little bit vulnerable here, I'd say try and overcome it, but I would understand it. My wife doesn't really like it up here. She has been up here, but you know, she's kind of been clutching the wall as she's come along. Now there's a little steep bit at the end here, and then once you get to this ledge there, we're up on the top ridge. That's all the climbing. So if you can overcome your fear, if indeed you've got one, if you can overcome your fear here, a small climb, and then you're over the ridge. Let's worry about getting down later. So here's that climb. So I've safely negotiated that ridge there, that ledge, and I'm up the steep bit. So look what we've got here, a few more big steps, and I've not been here for some time, However, I do remember it. It is that good once we go over the small ridge. Stay with me for just a second. Stay with me, because look at this. Oh yeah, just as I remember it. Winds up. Look at that. This is not the trail, but it's a viewpoint 360 vista. Look at this. Even if you just get to here, brilliant. Still worth plodding up to the top though. Starting to dwarf those hotels. You can now see the swimming pools, the luxury, the decadence of all of it. You can see the top now. There is a false summit, and then plod on up there. Well, I've made it. I've made it to the top of the Al Aqah Ascent. Really pleased I did it, because if I'm being honest, I was starting to feel a little bit lazy. Well, tired, not lazy. There's a difference between being tired and being lazy. I believe a lot in biorhythms, ups and downs, natural body rhythms. Some day for no rhyme or reason, same time, same date, same food, same everything. Sometimes you feel great, sometimes you just feel not so great. And I was plodding up here today and I was thinking, wow, I am a bit tired, short on energy. 293 metres I'm at here. Now there's only actually two bits. Normally on these routes you go up and down a little bit, and there's only actually two bits that go down on this, and I've total ascent of 321. I started at sea level, of course. That's sea. You can't get any more sea level than that. 321 total ascent. I'm now at 293. It's 1.6 kilometres to here from the ADNOC petrol station. I'll put this in the description. So that's about a mile. If I do my 360 run around here, you'll see it's absolutely spectacular. Like I say, I'm really pleased that I slogged up here. I could easily have just turned and gone home. But yeah, I'm really pleased. There's loads to see. This is the kind of an end of the peninsula. This would be a great place for a lighthouse if they needed it. But of course the Oman Sea there for 360 days of the year is almost flat as a mill pond. It's got no need for a lighthouse whatsoever. There are a few reefs further up over there, and I do know that because there's a diving museum up there, so there's some good scuba diving. Snoopy Island that you can see there right over my shoulder. Snoopy Island's got nice scuba diving. You can literally go down with the giant sea turtles. Yeah, really pleased I got up here. One time I was coming up here before, and I literally startled a couple of two big bird of prey, two big raptors. They were too big to be falcons. I think they were eagles. I don't know, 1.5, 2 metre wingspan. And I couldn't get my camera out in time to take a video or film of them before they, flown away or floated away on the thermal. But yeah, there's loads of that sort of stuff up here. It's very quiet. Talked about hearing the sound. All I can hear now really is the wind. I can see the vehicles accelerating, and then sometime later I might hear them accelerating. And that's all to do with the speed of sound and the speed of light, isn't it? There's a quiz question for you. What is the speed of light? To stop you Googling it, it's 186,000 miles per second, 300,000 kilometers a second. That's pretty quick. A bit quicker than I was coming up here. The speed of sound, so the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second. The speed of light, 186,000 miles per second. I don't even know what I'm saying. The speed of sound is 767, like the Boeing aeroplane, 767 miles per second. So, much slower. 767 miles per hour. Go. 186,000 miles per hour. 767 miles per hour. There you go. That's it. Sorted it all out. It's a lovely, lovely view. This is where you go north into Fujairah. You've got to take a 90-degree turn, and there's a few more luxury hotels up there. We actually dwarf those hotels that I was talking about now. We dwarf those here. There is one of the sheikhs' winter farms here. I know who it belongs to, but I won't say. And one of my mountain bike routes skirts around the outside of it, and there's a fantastic wadi and dam system further up there. And once again, I'll get up there at some point and video that, because the views are spectacular, honestly, and the mountain biking is very, very, very good. There's just not enough hours in the day, or days in the week, or weeks in the year, or years in my life to do all these sort of things that I want to do. But I will try my best to get up there. Listen, I'm going to take a drink and then I'm going to head on down. It's a great walk. If you're staying in one of these hotels, if you're looking for a bit of an explore, there's a red admiral butterfly there. Let's see if I can show him. Let's see if I can get him. Oh no, it's gone. But anyway, a red admiral butterfly. I was just talking about, there's that red admiral there. He needs to be careful. Oh, there's two of them playing. But I just saw this bad boy. Look at this. Look at this. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. I often say when I'm out on these hikes that I prefer the walking up bit, and generally I do. But look at this now. Just look at this. How can you not love this? So the coming down is amazing as well. Just look at this. I actually don't want to get down. I'm not in any rush whatsoever to get down. Amazing. Come on guys, get up here. Come and see me. Why am I the only one out here now? Well, I'm just about down now. Lovely walk. It's taken me about 2 hours because, if I'm being honest, I stopped up there. It was so nice. I stopped up there for about half an hour and had plenty to drink, and I put the world to rights. I really thought about things, got my head right, and then carried on plodding down. So 3.2 kilometres, so it's 2 miles. I told you the height at the top. I'll check that when I get down there. It's taken me about 2 hours. You can do it in an hour and a half if you go straight up and straight down. I'd give yourself minimum an hour and a half, minimum of an hour and a half, and 2 hours is giving yourself plenty of rest. 2.5 hours means that you are going to be in plenty of time to get back to your hotel for the buffet. One thing I will say though, the fact is straight up and then straight back down, is that the straight back down is quite jarring on your knees. And if, like me, you are finding yourself in the latter years of life and your knees have taken the brunt of a lot of abuse over the years, my knees are very sore now, that's the truth. So there's some big steps. Just be aware of that on the way down. Yeah, it's a lovely walk. If you're staying in one of these luxury hotels and you've got an all-inclusive deal and you know that tonight you've got an all-you-can-eat buffet, why not do this walk first? Burn a couple of, I dare say burn 1,000 calories, and then you can eat that buffet without any guilt. There'll be nothing on your conscience whatsoever. Listen guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm back at the truck now. So next to the ADNOC, right by Shark Roundabout, in between the mosque and the ADNOC, the Al Aqah Ascent. Take care everybody, peace out, the English Explorer.